Hey, very quickly, please, if you have it in your financial ability to do so, donate to this fundraiser on this video for the National Abortion Federation, and go watch this video that will give you a stark justification to do so from Brittany Page. This video about Amber Nicole Thurman. She is the first confirmed death from abortion bans in the state of Georgia. A mother, a very tragic story that could have been prevented without the draconian Republican abortion bans. The National Abortion Federation is the fundraiser we're running. They run the National Abortion Hotline and prochoice.org. They provide assistance to women who need to travel out of state to receive life-saving medical care. In the case of Amber Nicole Thurman, her situation may have been changed, may have been avoided if she had had the assistance of an organization like this. So your $5 means a lot if you have it. Let's talk about JD Vance yesterday in Sparta, Michigan, excuse me. You know, the Republican Party for a long time, since the assassination attempt of Donald Trump where he got shot in the head, didn't get shot in the head. It was the first one, an assassination attempt. The second wasn't an attempt. It was just a guy open carrying in Florida, I've seen people say. So the Republican Party wants to act like this is so serious. It's a very serious thing. We need to take it serious. We need to take it serious. And in this first clip, which was 1 minute after the second clip, so he's going to tell you that Joe Biden and Donald Trump should have the exact same Secret Service detail, even though the Vice President of the United States, the current seated Vice President of the United States, doesn't even have the same Secret Service detail as the sitting president because the jobs are different. But JD Vance wants Donald Trump to have the same as the current seated president of the United States. It's a lot. And then I'm going to show you what he said 1 minute earlier, which was challenging an assassin to take a shot. You can't make it up. It's so stupid, these people. Watch JD Vance.
Now, since you asked the question, I do want to say just one other thing about that, which is number one, there have been 2 attempts on his life in just a couple of months. Donald Trump ought to have the same detail as Joe Biden. That is a policy choice that our federal government has decided that Donald Trump deserves a lesser level of protection. Maybe with any normal formal president, that makes sense. It clearly doesn't meet the challenge of what Donald J. Trump is dealing with. So we ought to bump up his security. We, of course, want to be as careful as possible, and we want to make it so that we cut out the ridiculous rhetoric that I think has put a giant target on Donald Trump's back. Now, I have to say this because, look, all of us, whether we're Republicans, Democrats, or independents, all of us can do a better job at showing respect, at trying to debate our differences without, going into personal attacks. But the media trying to both sides this issue after 2 people have taken a swing at Donald J. Trump's life is ridiculous. Don't lecture Donald Trump about softening his rhetoric after 2 people tried to kill him. It's ridiculous. Tell Kamala Harris, tell Joe Biden, tell all of her surrogates who are saying things like Donald Trump needs to be eliminated. They need to cut that crap out or they're going to get somebody hurt. In fact, they already did get somebody hurt. Corey Comperatory lost his life. 2 other people nearly lost their lives in Butler, PA, because these guys have let the rhetoric in this country get totally out of control.
Sounds like he's serious, right? Sounds like he's got a plan. It sounds like they're really, really taking the assassination attempt seriously. This is what we need to do. Donald Trump needs this extra protection. It's criminal. They're abdicating their duty. They're not doing their job right. They're putting Donald Trump at risk. And then cut to 1 minute earlier, literally 1 minute prior to JD Vance challenging any assassin within the sound of his voice to come and get us.
By the way, with close to 500 patriots in the state of Michigan in this building right now and outside, I'd like to see an assassin try to come in this room. They come to the wrong place if you try to walk into this place right now.
Does that seem like a guy who's taking it seriously? Or is it a situation where JD Vance realizes, oh shit, what am I doing? This is stupid. Not only are the optics ridiculous, but I'm also challenging a madman or a group of madmen to come and try to take out Donald Trump. If you really thought that Democrats were missing the moment relative to protecting Donald Trump and how we talk about Donald Trump, why would you invite, encourage, incite, foment another assassination attempt with your own words at your own event using the shield of, 500 people at the rally? 500? Wow, really packing them in there, JD. Some other moments. This is one where he's asked about his position. Can you finally clarify, even though since you just gave a speech to a group that has their stated objective being traditional marriage, where is it that you stand? What's your stance on same-sex marriage?
Last night, you spoke at the Faith and Freedom Coalition dinner in Georgia. The coalition says on its website that it, quote, supports public policies that strengthen traditional marriage. As voters are learning about you as a vice presidential nominee, they'll learn that you were baptized as Catholic in 2019 and that you speak at events like this. Can you clarify where you stand on same-sex marriage?
Look, Taylor, I think this issue has long sailed in this country. The Supreme Court ruled that same-sex marriage is the law of the land, and nobody is trying to change that. That is not an issue that we're focused on at all in this country. And I mean, not at all. Whether you're pro or anti, most people recognize that ship has sailed. And certainly President Trump, you know what we're focused on? We're focused on making groceries more affordable for American citizens.
First of all, the issue has not long sailed in this country. Second of all, you didn't answer the question. Saying, well, that issue's been dealt with. That's not coming back around. When justices have signaled, Clarence Thomas in this case, with the Roe verdict, overturning Roe, that same-sex marriage equality absolutely is on the table. Contraception absolutely is on the table. We don't exist. It's just not stasis, and it's never going to change. And you know it too, but MAGA world maybe doesn't know it. But why can't you just say what you believe? We're making a decision here to who to put in office, who to make the president of the United States and the vice president of the United States. I, for one, would like to know, what are your personal, deeply held religious beliefs about the equality of LGBTQ people in this country? Should they be treated equally? Should they have freedom to marry who they love? I would love to know, JD, and not some wiggle bullshit wormy answer from a coward who can't just say what he believes. And then finally, I want to leave you with this. He was asked directly about, don't you feel you have a duty to fact check these lies and these conspiracies that you're bringing to the American people, claiming that they're from constituents? Well, if they are indeed from constituents, don't you play a role in fact-checking the information that you're just regurgitating to the violent MAGA mob that has now descended upon Springfield, Ohio, and caused young school children to not be able to go to school, college kids to not be able to go to school, hospitals to shut down, to go into panic mode, emergency mode, the civil government having to deal with this that is all created out of whole cloth by you and Donald Trump. Here was the question and his pathetic answer.
Ma'am.
Hi, Senator Vance. Katrina Kaufman, CBS News. So a woman who was behind an early Facebook post about the Haitian migrants in Springfield has now apologized for spreading false rumors. You say that you have a responsibility to share what your constituents tell you, but don't you also have a responsibility to fact-check them first?
Well, I think the media has a responsibility to fact-check the residents of Springfield, not lie about them.
You see that? I think the media has a job to fact check the blah, blah, blah. They need to fact check our lies. They need to fact check our conspiracies. And then he just sits back and luxuriates in the applause from the frothing MAGA conspiracy-fueled audience. Proud of himself. Looking around. Yeah, you see what I did there? You didn't answer the question, dipshit. Because you can't. Because the obvious answer is, the self-evident answer is, yeah, I do have a responsibility to fact check. To not further endanger constituents of me. I'm the senator for the state, one of 2 senators for the state of Ohio, and these people in Springfield are my constituents. Their children are my constituents. The children that I'm endangering, the patients in the hospital in Springfield, Ohio, I'm endangering them. The frontline workers, the first responders, I'm endangering them. At the very least, I'm diverting resources from actual real work that they should be doing to have them have to go and check for bombs and such in places where the bombs aren't. Because it's just threats intended to create chaos. When you're running for president, you owe us answers to questions like this. It's not a luxury that you provide answers to very real, legitimate questions, JD Vance. You're not entitled to the vice presidency. Donald Trump is not entitled to the presidency, nor is Kamala Harris, nor is Tim Walz. What you're going through right now is a job interview, and this was a job interview question that you botched. You shit the bed, JD. You didn't answer because you are a coward. You are a fearful, quivering coward in the face of a very simple question, multiple simple questions. You want to make a smug statement about the media who's doing its job, is trying to chase down the truth, much to your chagrin. Anyway, what do you think? I'd love to know. You can leave a comment below. That would be great. You can also leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can always email me, daily@dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. And please, listen, if you don't have an extra $2, $3, $4, $5 to donate to this National Abortion Federation fundraiser, don't do it. Just share this video. Talk about these stories. Make sure somebody knows the dangers that are being presented to women all over the country by the Republican Party. But if you do have $5, click on the donate button wherever it is on this video or on Brittany Page's video. Learn about this story about Amber Nicole Thurman. Remember her name and tell others about it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.